All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining. My name is Amanda Kidd. I am the founder and owner of 411 Kitchen. You are joining us today to dive into our forum for women in culinary. We're peeling back the layers of what it looks like to be a woman in culinary. Although we can't hit on every point that encompasses being a woman in culinary in this, one setting. This is just the beginning of several conversations, a series of conversations that 411 Kitchen, the Foodpreneur Hub, desires to really dive into. So today we have with us four amazing, four, including myself, amazing women that are going to join us in the panel and diving into what that looks like. So I will introduce them to you. We have Tashana Phillips of the Collar Treats out of Salisbury, Maryland. We have Myisha Johnson from the Lemonades Kidz out of Cambridge, Maryland. And we have Julie Crain from Harriett's house out of Cambridge, Maryland. So if you ladies just want to pop on and if you want to give a brief introduction to yourself and your business, you can do so at this time. And we'll start with Tashana.
Hey guys, it's Tashana.
It's
all good. It's all good. I'm the owner of the Collar Treats here in Salisbury, Maryland, and we offer custom cakes, custom cupcakes for the events that you may need. We are also branching a dog treat line. So yeah, that's going to be something special. But just a little bit about me. I have my culinary arts degree, hotel, motel, restaurant management degree as well. So this is definitely something that I'm passionate about. And I've been doing it for over all my life, basically. Like basically the story just starts off of my grandparents being entrepreneurs and baking in the kitchen and stuff, cottage food. So just following their footsteps and just bringing it to the forefront and changing people's lives.
Thank you, Tashana. And next we have Myisha Johnson.
Hello, everyone. My name is Myisha Johnson. I am owner of the Lemonade Kidz. I've actually been thrown into this culinary experience. My daughter and my son actually came up with having their own lemonade stand and making homemade lemonade. So as their mom, I have to make sure everything is done right and in order so that when they do get older, it just will be handed down to them and then they can run it fully themselves. So I just thank you for the invite.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And hats off to your children for the initiative to take on this great undertaking. So Julie?
My name is Julie Crain, and I am the founder and executive director of Harriett's House, which is a nonprofit organization focused on helping women who've been trafficked to find freedom and healing. And we are excited to be a part of this conversation and what the 411 Kitchen will offer our residents.
Thank you, Julie. Yes. So I just want to dive in and kind of piggyback a little bit off of your introduction, Julie, and just kind of dive into what 411 Kitchen, seeks to offer the community through our commercial rental space, kitchen rental space. So with, the soft skills and the things that are kind of lacking and missing, we definitely seek to fill that void and through our community kitchen, be able to offer the space that is licensed and certified through the health department that will allow organizations like Julie's to be able to come in and utilize for those enrichment opportunities. So Julie, just share with us some of your, vision for those that are coming into your residential program and what you envision them being able to do inside of a kitchen like ours.
So we would love to be able to teach the women how to garden and to use the items that they grow to preserve them and have them for the future. So part of what we would like to teach is the canning skills and to also create a signature product that we would also be able to market. So the community kitchen with that commercial space would be perfect for our residents because that would give them the ability to learn some of these skills that are not being taught as much anymore, but also to be able to earn some money once we have a marketable product. We would like them to join classes that will be available at 411 Kitchen so that they can learn new skills and also to expand the skills that they already have.
And that's a great initiative and undertaking, and I really feel, that that reaching back and, really helping, those who are not able to, have those experiences, and women supporting women is a huge initiative of ours. So thank you, Julie, for, that heart and the mind to offer that type of space and that environment. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments or raise your hand and we can call upon you so you can ask your questions. We want this to be a very open dialogue. I'm going to go to Tashana because I know that she has a similar initiative, and she didn't quite mention it in regards to helping those that have been formerly incarcerated, which kind of helps and piggybacks off of a lot of what Julie offers, because a lot of the women who have been trafficked, they do have a record. They may have been incarcerated. So Tashana, share with us a little bit of how DeCollar Treats, also plans to help in that niche as well.
Sure. So I was a correctional officer up until August 2020 of these past couple of years. And I was there for like 4.5 years. And I began to hear some of the things that these like the inmates would need, because I worked in the kitchen with them side by side. So I was able to have a little bit more of conversation with them to get to know them a little bit better. So I would hear they needed like their license. They would need stable transportation. They didn't have any money to get to the transportation, because if the jail lets them out and only gives them a previous bus pass, then we're trying to figure out how can they continue to sustain themselves. So I was like, all right, well, it was just that tugging on my heart of how do I serve these people and how do I make something that looks so wrong become a right. Being so I have had family members and close friends who have been in the system, and I just see how they've changed their lives, but wanting to change their lives. So there's people out there who just need a extra hand and a clear path to get to where they're trying to get to. So I feel as though hiring these ex-cons and developing a system to hire them, this will give us a chance to bridge the community and those ex-cons and get them back stable and into the things that they need to be into. So that's just one aspect of the college streets with the hiring system. But the long-term gain is to set up a reentry program for them, so that they have, as soon as they come out, they get right into the program. They are receiving the counseling they need. They're receiving their medications. They're receiving all the things that they need to just basically sustain themselves and get back into, because 10 to 20 years locked down, having somebody tell you what to do, we know that the first 48 hours are very critical for someone that has been released off that street to get back into something that will help stabilize them, because giving them 24 hours is not ideal. So with that being said, like I said, we want to be able to hire them, and not only hire them, but just hold their hand throughout the way and give them the guidance that they need, but hold them accountable for the things that they're doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving us more insight. And, so Julie and Tashana, they have very similar initiatives. And, I really have come to the realization that there's a lot of overlap in what we all do. One of the things that I and I can include Myisha into this is because she, is working with a generation, that, in a preventive way. She's, backing her children. She's
Yes.
providing that nurturing space for them to develop and grow now so that they have these soft skills and they have this, knowledge of this world, this culinary world now, so that whichever path they decide to go, they at least have, a foundation. And so I feel that there's a lot of synergy with you ladies, and you all kind of touch on everything that, encompasses 411. So, Myisha, can you give us some insight on being a mom of kid entrepreneurs in, the culinary arts, and, what type of mindset do you have to have in order to be able to, be their parent, be that, that mentor, and be the manager of the business?
I'm going to say it's truly hard, to be honest. Like I work full time. I'm currently enrolled in school, and then I have children. My son is 12 and my daughter is 9. So they also do after school activities, and it is hard, but I will say that this is something that they love to do. So they keep me in line just as much as I keep them in line. They're really passionate about it. It's just something about just being able to serve, and they sit in meetings with me. So I let them know the back end of it as well. It's not just we're just serving lemonade and, smiling and greeting people. This is what you have to save money. You have to put money into this. You have to do that. So they are now understanding the concept of a business as a whole. So it's a lot, but with all of us, we're putting our hands to the plow and we're getting it done. And thank you to Amanda. She helps us out a lot as well.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And your kids are awesome. They are very, um, if you guys do not know them, get to know them, be sure that you're following them on their social medias, because these kids are, really taking, lemons and making lemonade. They, you know, if those that know the community of Cambridge and know the temperature of Cambridge, things could definitely be another way. And my hat's off to you, Mom, for you stepping in and offering them outlets to, their passions. That is one of the, many reasons why 411 Kitchen even exists, to offer, those barrier breaking opportunities, those pathways, to finding out, is this something that I really want to, do for the rest of my life? Or is this just something that, I'm able to do to give back to someone? Can we volunteer our time? Can we, what expertise do, we have to really give back to those in our community? So my hat's off to all of you ladies. And so if at this time either of you, want to give any tips, want to give any insight, to a woman, who is looking to get into culinary, or, any questions you have that, for each other, now it's a great time to really tap into that.
Oh, Miss Julie, you can go ahead. I was just unmuting so we can just have an open conversation.
No, I'm fine. Go ahead.
So I've had a couple of family members who wanted to start a couple of like cottage food items. And I think the main thing is the education of what we can and cannot do, and not allowing people to push us beyond what we're comfortable doing. So, I mean, you have people who can stretch you. That's very true. But you also have to know what your lane is and where you are good at. So just continue to develop those skills and take your time. Like, we want to rush things, but like I said, this thing started for me around 5, but I didn't even know I was being groomed to become an entrepreneur. So there's always going to be gems, and there's always going to be lessons in our lives that may come up against us that feel like they're hard and like, man, why do I have to go through this? But it helps you overcome so many things. And not only that, but helps you be able to lend a hand to someone else to be like, look, this is what I went through. I respect where you are, but let me show you how I came out of this. And maybe this could help you shorten your time so you don't have to learn or go through those things just as hard. So I think that's the time that we're coming into now, of just being able to push other people a little bit more forward, at least our younger people forward. So to have your kids, Myisha, to have your kids doing that, I love it. That's something that they're passionate about. And I feel, I don't have any children now, but I do know when a child is passionate about something, a parent should try to tap in, find those resources to groom those things, because they don't have to work like we used to. They don't have to do those things now. There are so many easier ways to just grab, but taking our time and understanding what we're doing to keep people safe in this transition of from one hand to the other when it comes to food is very important.
Thank you so much. I would say, like I tell my children, slow and steady always wins the race. My son, especially because he's getting older, so he sees a lot, he sees people making fast money. He's like, oh, and I'm like, Jeremiah, slow and steady will win the race always. So that's my advice. A lot of times we see people elevating to the place that we want to get, and we're like, oh, I gotta hurry up, but we're going to get there. And yes, we're going to get there.
I think the biggest lesson for us is realizing that not everybody has the same skill set. There are people that take time with their children and teach them those skills, but there are a lot of women and men that don't have those skills. And so, especially with our residential program, just taking it back to the basics and getting a volunteer in the kitchen with the women and working with them individually to teach them those basic skills that they may not have learned. And that will help to promote confidence, and the confidence will help in the healing. So it's all a process. And just meeting people where they are and helping them to get to the next level is really important too. And believing in people when they don't believe in themselves, and just, using that table experience, bringing people back to the table is so important too. And that's what we're going to be doing in our residential program, is that mealtime every night is going to be around the table. And one person is going to be responsible for cooking the meal. They'll have a mentor with them, working with them to prepare that meal, but they're going to serve it to the other residents and eat it all together and have a good conversation while they're doing it. So we're hoping to instill some of those values that have gotten lost and to promote confidence with it.
Thank you, ladies. And I'll just, add to that, and everything that everyone said pretty much encompasses, why 411 Kitchen even exists. Even in our genesis, we're still in, the building phases, but, the Foodpreneur Hub is designed to, like Tashana said, those questions that people have, just how do I do this? What can I do? What can I do? Providing the, confidence that you have a safe, place, like with Myisha, she's going to be working with her kids, and, they're going to be in there together. So having that safe place to be able to work and not have to worry about, is this, going to be, safe enough for them? Can they come in and work? Is this suitable environments? So, giving them, that, state of the art type of experience, so where they have a vision, to be able to dream beyond our kitchen space. So, that is, one of the things that we, look, that slow and steady, you're going to build, take your time to build, don't rush the process mindset. And so, with Julie, one of the things that we look to bring back as well is that fundamental time around the dinner table, is helping people to understand, the ins and outs of cooking, understanding meal prepping. What does that look like? Understanding, the benefits of shopping local and being able to support your local farmers and being able to even grow your own. So, each one of you have hit on a lot of, the dreams and aspirations that 411 Kitchen looks to encompass. But more and so, we want to be able to know, what is it that you all need? So if you all, have needs, feel free to reach out to us. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. And if we don't have the answer, we will connect you to someone that does have that answer. But if there are no other questions in the comments, I will allow you all to go here shortly. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Let me just check the chat here. Okay, so I see Tashana has put in her social media handle, and you can find her on Instagram at instagram.com/CEO Tashana Phil.
They should be able to click on those outside of, like, they can click on them, another window will pop up outside of the chat.
Okay.
So be able to just have access to them that way.
Yes, and then she also has her Instagram.com/DeCarla DECARLA treats. DeCarla's treats with an S. And so we will provide everyone's contact information when we send out the replay. And we will post this also on our YouTube page. So everyone's information will be listed there as well. But if there are no other questions, we will sign off until the next time. But thank you, ladies, again. Let's see here. One other thing came in. See if I can get to it.
Miss Julia, I just applied for your
Yeah, did somebody get back with you about that? Because I had asked her to contact you.
Yeah, so I see coming up in June, you guys have like an open house for, okay.
The volunteer orientation. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was going to attend.
What's the
Okay,
date? Because I also was interested in volunteering as well.
So
I'm
you can go to our website at www.harriettshouse.org, and there is a form that you can fill out to volunteer, and then we'll follow up with you. It gives us the opportunity to see what areas you'd like to volunteer in. And we are also hiring. Yes, we are. So we're going to be opening in June, by the end of June, but we're hiring for people to start in the beginning of June. So if you know anybody who might be interested in a job, we're looking for residential staff for our the house. So that information's also on our website, so you can check that out to see if you're interested, or anybody else who might be.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes, and thank you for adding that information in. If either of you ladies have any upcoming events that you would like our audience to support you, feel free to let us know right now if you have anything coming up.
I was just in Cambridge yesterday at the 101.5 radio station. So that will be broadcast on Monday and Friday, I think it is. Let me see. That was actually really fun. Yeah, so it'll air on Monday at 2 p.m. and Friday at 10 p.m.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, our summer schedule has filled up, but one up and coming, we do have the Youth Expo on Saturday, on May 7th. And then also, I'm a part of a committee where we're trying to get our community back. And we do, they block off Greenwood Avenue, and they have the kids playing in a safe space. And the kids are going to be, just serving free lemonade out there, not this Friday, but the following Friday. So I'm excited about that.
That's
Awesome.
cool.
That is exciting. I saw a post on Facebook about that with the police officers coming in to make a safe space. I love that idea.
It was
And
truly nice.
yeah, it looked like it. We'll be at the Youth Expo on Saturday too, just giving out some information.
Yes. And Beat the Rush Delivery, which is our for-profit business, will be at the Youth Expo as well. We actually have a healthy eating, healthy living class that we're teaching. We have 3 sessions, I believe. If your kids are there, make sure that they come and stop by and get some smoothies and healthy snacks. Well, ladies, thank you so much for your time, and be sure to send me all of your updates of your upcoming events. I'll add that as well into our verbiage. And so please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. If you are watching and you would like to be a part of any of our upcoming panels, you can reach out to me at akid with 2 Ds at 411.kitchen. And you can visit us at www.411.kitchen for any inquiries about our up and coming commercial kitchen space. So thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to the next time. Have a good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you
Thank you,
all.
ladies. Have a
Bye.
great evening.
Have a good day.